Welcome to the Community Show. I'm Casey Worley. On today's show, we will begin by discussing what's going on, sponsored by the Floyd Press and the Wytheville Enterprise. Then we will move on to this week's sports action. And then finally, on Something to Chat About, our first guest will be Carlotta Summers with the Floyd County Women's Club, who we will be sitting down to chat about the Floyd County Arts and Crafts Festival happening this coming weekend. And then our second guest will be Kamala Bowers with the Floyd Eco Village to discuss a class that is happening October 20th on poverty. And then lastly, we will have Lanice Anderson on with this week's Healthy Living Tip. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Welcome to today's What's Going On. We will begin by discussing Wytheville news, sponsored by the Wytheville Enterprise. A Florida-based company's plans to subdivide the Lee Highway Shopping Center were approved Monday night by Wytheville Town Council. Tuskegee Wytheville Center, LLC, had requested and received approval for the subdivision of the property in March 2007, but never took any action to develop the site. Property owner Chris White of Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, declined comment about his intentions for the shopping center. He did say that he was completing legal work and surveying the property to set corners for the new lots. Lynn Music, White's general contractor, reported that the first phase of the project is to demolish the old stage restaurant and original Burger King building in one corner of the shopping center on East Main Street. He said that work will begin soon. He lives in Louisiana, but might as well be perched on a tree stand at Miller's Creek. Uncle Cy Robertson, the bearded, Tupperware-toting, oft-confused but quotable hunter from television's Duck Dynasty, would fit right in. The tight-knit, hairy, and hilarious Robertson clan is everywhere these days. Television, t-shirts, ball caps, kitchen equipment, underwear, and of course, the item that started it all, duck calls. Now, Cy has partnered with Oakwood Homes to market his idea of the perfect manufactured home. The Cy Pad comes with camouflaged accents, a farmhouse sink, rustic wood beams, and more. Everybody loves Cy, said Mark Presley, general manager of Oakwood Homes in Wytheville. One reason the company likes them, the Robertsons, is that Duck Dynasty is a wholesome, family-oriented show. They say a prayer at the end of every show. We live in the country. It appeals to our clientele, so it just works, he said. He said that he thinks everyone, whether they live in the city or the country, can relate to one of them. Business was brisk on Thursday, the first day of the local SciPad, the first day that it was open to the public. The 1,280 square foot home has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 2 locking cabinets called the Sci Safe. Next, grass clippings and political signs could mean trouble for Wytheville residents. Blowing grass clippings into the town streets is a violation of town code, according to the Wytheville Town Council. It causes the mowed grass to accumulate in storm drains and can block or back up water during flooding conditions. The collection of this debris is by the town street sweeper, noted Councilman Jack Hunley in his Budget and Finance Committee report Monday night, causes problems for the equipment. He said that they would request that everyone to abide by this regulation, or otherwise it will be necessary for the town to bring an enforcement action against those residents who continue to blow or place grass clippings in the roadway. Town manager Wayne Sutherland also reminds Wytheville residents that town code prohibits placing political signs on town's right-of-way. He asks people to be sure the signs are located properly. Next, a Roanoke company is looking at Wytheville as the site for a health and rehab center. Smith Packet Medcom, LLC, has an option on a 5-acre tract behind Bojangles on Commonwealth Drive. Smith Packet president Hunter Smith confirmed plans to build a $17 million 120-bed rehabilitation center on the property. He said the center will provide both short and long-term care. The center will also provide about 120 jobs for 3 shifts. The new center will accept patients covered by Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance. A North Carolina truck driver was injured on Wednesday afternoon after his rig loaded with plastic wrap overturned on Interstate 81 at mile marker 82 in Wythe County. According to Virginia State Police, Luther G. White, age 60, of Lenoir, North Carolina, entered a curve too fast at approximately 1:30 p.m. and ran off the roadway. The crash happened where northbound Interstate 77 merges onto I-81 North. White, who was charged with reckless driving, failure to maintain control, was taken to Wythe County Community Hospital and then transferred to another hospital. It's been quite a year for the Rural Retreat Depot Foundation. After purchasing the landmark property in the fall, the organization got busy, conducting sales, raffles, and establishing a farmers market. The foundation celebrated its anniversary and the end of its summertime farmers market Wednesday with a cookout for its members and market vendors. Foundation membership has grown from 3 people last year to 150. The foundation has raised $30,000 thanks in large part to a beef raffle and an auction. The depot also sells calendars, t-shirts, and more. The foundation is applying for various grants that members hope will bring in even more money. On Thursday, the group announced that the foundation received a $49,000 grant for repairs to the depot. The grant is contingent on matching donations. Much in the way that sports coaches help athletes find the farthest edge of their talents and abilities, a business coach helps clients and the space where they are pushing past the comfort zone and toward long-term goals and dreams. Sarah Beth Jones, co-owner of Nary Ordinary Business Services, No BS, is now offering business coaching services. Floyd County and beyond have known No BS as a source of business consulting, user-friendly websites, computer services, and Myers-Briggs type inventory since 2011. With the expansion into coaching, Sarah Beth is now working to help people uncover and embrace their own expertise and wisdom. The coaching process can be a catalyst to opening a new business, increasing sales or adding clients, and achieving goals of any sort. Now for more Floyd Press news, sponsored by the Floyd Press. The VFW Post 7854 invites everyone to join the Floyd Veterans Day Parade on Sunday, November 10th. The Floyd County Women's Club will be hosting a USO-type canteen service serving coffee and hot cider and baked goods. Assembly for the parade will be at 2 p.m. at Mayberry Funeral Home and starts at 3. The parade will proceed north on Route 8, then right at the stoplight and ends in the area of Wood Funeral Home. For more information, call 540-239-1478 or email sirmac@swva.net. Are you wanting to get healthy and get into better shape? Well, I am. And this is why I'm going to be partaking in a 6-week boot camp class held in Floyd County. Some of you may have heard of boot camp before, but this is the first time that it is being offered in Floyd County. The Boot Camp Challenge is a group personal training program that guarantees results and attracts anyone who is looking to lose inches, get healthier, or to just challenge their fitness level. The class features beginning and ending assessments, nutritional guidance, constantly changing workout routines, and much more. The class runs October 8th through November 14th on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. at Floyd County High School. If you would like more information, please contact Drill Sergeant Jennifer Messer at jmmesser@yahoo.com. Free dental care totaling over $188,000 was provided for 185 uninsured and low-income New River Valley patients on September 13th. 30 of the 185 patients received 2 treatments, either fillings or extractions, and what is commonly referred to as teeth cleaning. The NRV Dental Study Club, facilitated by the Free Clinic of the NRV and the Dental Aid Partners of the NRV, the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, and the NRV Health District provided free dental care for patients on the free clinic's waiting list, some of whom who had waited longer than 3 months to be seen by a dentist. 26 dentists, 26 dental assistants, 23 hygienists, and over 29 dental office assistants, and 16 lay volunteers located in 18 dental offices in Floyd, Giles, Montgomery, and Pulaski counties, and the city of Radford, participated in this second service event. As eligible free clinic patients, all of the 185 patients were low income and lacked dental insurance and therefore qualified for care. And that is all for today's What's Going On. Stay tuned. Up next, we will have this week's sports in Sports Action.
Bell's Towing and Recovery, located at 222 East Main Street in Floyd, provides auto and truck towing and recovery services, vehicle lockout service, and secure auto storage with weekend access. They have two 21-foot rollback towing trucks equipped with four-wheel drive for those winter days. Contact owner Tommy Bell 24 hours a day at 540-745-3364. Bell's Towing and Recovery, serving Floyd County and surrounding areas for over 30 years.
When you put good people, good conversation, and good food in one place, what do you get? The Blue Ridge Restaurant in Floyd, of course. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, come in and taste Southern home cooking at its best. Check out our daily specials and meet your friends at the place that specializes in just what you're hungry for. You're going to love our specialty desserts and comfort food, too. We're just across the street from the courthouse in Floyd, and we're open 7 days a week. Walk in hungry and leave with a smile at the Blue Ridge Restaurant on East Main Street in Floyd.
And now for this week's sports action. Beginning with football, the Floyd County and George Wythe football teams both have a bye this week, so no games are scheduled. The Fort Chiwell varsity football team will be traveling to Thomasville, North Carolina to take on Thomasville High School on Friday, October 4th at 7:30 p.m. Moving on to volleyball, the Floyd County varsity girls volleyball team will host Eastern Montgomery on Thursday, October 3rd, and Auburn on Tuesday, October 8th. Both games are scheduled at 7 p.m. in the Floyd County New Gym. The George Wythe varsity volleyball team will have a home game against Rural Retreat on Thursday, October 3rd at 7:30, and then the Maroons will take on Chilhowie on Monday, October 7th at 7 p.m., and then Holston on Wednesday, October 9th at 7:30 p.m. On October 3rd at 7 p.m., the Fort Chiwell varsity volleyball team takes on Bland in the Fort Chiwell home court. Moving on to cross country, the Floyd County cross country teams will be competing in the Eastmont Invitational on October 9th. Race times begin at 3 p.m. The George Wythe and Fort Chiwell cross country teams travel to Sugar Hollow for a meet with John Battle on Thursday, October 3rd, beginning at 4:30 p.m. And then moving on to golf, Floyd County is the only team to have a golf match this week. They will be competing in the regional tournament against Graham beginning at 3 p.m. in Fincastle. And finally, the Floyd County varsity cheerleading team will be competing in an invitational competition on Saturday, October 5th at William Byrd. And that is all for today's sports action. Up next, we'll have something to chat about, so we'll be right back.
United Country, Blue Ridge Land and Auction Company, a national franchise with offices across rural America with over 20,000 listings and 400,000 buyers. New in 2013 specialty property groups, including farms and agricultural, luxury and premier, recreational, and country homes. Find your freedom. Own your lifestyle. United Country, Blue Ridge Land and Auction Company.
Welcome to Something to Chat About. Our first guest is Miss Carlotta Summers with the Floyd County Women's Club, and we will be chatting about the Floyd County Arts and Crafts Festival that is happening this coming weekend. So welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Great. And how many years has the Floyd County Arts and Crafts Festival been in existence?
All right, this year makes 47 years that this has
Wow.
been going on. It started just as a little show in the old gymnasium with just a few vendors, and it's just grown.
Great. And like you said, the event keeps getting bigger and bigger each year. And how many vendors are scheduled for this year?
I'm going to guess 175. I've had another call this morning, so
Okay.
you see what goes on. When Friday gets here, I can tell you a definite answer.
Right. Okay, great. And I know that this is a charity fundraiser. And what are the monies used for?
The Women's Club rule is we cannot use a penny for ourselves.
Okay.
We distribute it to all kinds of things in the community. Trying to think of what you might be interested in. Young Life, canine companions, service dogs. I'm trying to think. There's just so many. I should have brought a list of all that because, well, let me tell you, it's a page and a half, single spaced, of whatever the money goes for. And so we try to sit down in January and allocate the money out to whoever, so it all comes out.
Great. And I know that many people come for food as well. How many food vendors are going to be there this year? And can you tell us some of the ones that you know are going to be there?
I think there's about 8, maybe 10 different vendors. Of course, there's hot dogs and hamburgers. The 4-H clubs sell all the food indoors. They set up in the cafeteria, and that's one of their main fundraisers for sending children to camp and all of that. So that's indoors. We have, as I said, hot dogs. We have kettle corn. Someone else that's just going to be new with us this year, some kind of flavored popcorn.
Okay.
And funnel cakes, and let's see, what else is there out there? Well, anyway, there's all kinds of food.
Right, it's making me hungry just talking about.
Always hamburgers and hot dogs
Right.
and that kind of stuff. But a lot of times the people are more interested in the odd things that they don't see every day.
Right. And how can people get involved with the Floyd County Women's Club?
Well, you can call me or any one of the members, and of course, they can tell you exactly what to do. Okay. But I would love to have you call. If you call me, Carlotta Summers, I can send you in the right place. Okay. Not necessarily me, but depending on what you're asking.
Okay. Great.
I'll know who to send you to.
Okay, and is there a contact to participate in next year's Arts and Crafts Festival?
Guess who? It's me.
Okay, great.
I've been doing this for so many years, I hate to count them, and I have to tell you a cute little thing. One of the custodians that looks after the festival was walking down the sidewalk with me a couple years ago, and he said, "How long have you been doing this?" And I said, "I don't have any idea." And he said, "Well, I started 17 years ago and you were already here. So whoever knows, I don't know, but I've been messing with it a long time."
Great. And what are the hours for this coming weekend?
Okay, the festival opens on Saturday the 5th at 10 a.m. and closes at 5. Okay. And on Sunday at 12 to 5, the 6th.
Great. And I know that there's a special quilt show in the Floyd Elementary School. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, same times for that?
Yes. Okay. And now, we don't charge. The Women's Club doesn't charge to get in the show. We run 2 buses all day Saturday. They can run continuously, no charge. Okay. Not charge for any of that. Now, the quilt show, of course, because they're more structured and they also have to protect their quilts and have judging. Now, they charge $3 to get in the quilt show down at the Floyd Elementary.
Great. Well, I appreciate you being here today and coming in and talking with us.
Well, thank you for having me. See you all at the festival.
Great. And that's all for this interview. Up next, we'll be talking with Kamala Bowers with Floyd Eco Village about an upcoming session that they will have on poverty. So stay tuned for that.
Floyd Express Market at 609 East Main Street in Floyd is your local convenience store serving Floyd County since 1989. They offer easy access to both gas and diesel pumps and is a Virginia lottery retailer. Their deli, open daily, specializes in barbecue sandwiches, hot dogs, and homemade biscuits with ham, sausage, tenderloin, steak, chicken, and gravy. Floyd Express Market is open Sunday through Thursday, 5:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 5:30 a.m. to midnight.
And welcome back to Something to Chat About. Our next guest is Kamala Bowers, who will be talking with us about the poverty simulation dialogue that is happening on October 20th. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And tell us a little bit about the Floyd MD team, which is sponsoring this poverty simulation.
The Floyd MD team is the multidisciplinary team for the prevention of abuse and neglect in children and vulnerable adults. And it's an organization that's made up of a lot of helping organizations and community leaders in Floyd County, including the Floyd Extension Agents, the New River Community Services Board, New River Community Action, Plenty, Angels in the Attic, Department of Social Services, the Floyd County Schools, and Zion Lutheran Church Social Justice Committee, as well as other church leaders in the community. And I'm missing people, so anyone who wants to join us is welcome. We meet on the third Tuesday of the month, 7:30 to 8:30 for breakfast at Zion Lutheran Church's Fellowship Hall. We welcome new members.
Great. And tell us a little bit about this poverty simulation that is happening. What exactly is that?
Well, we really believe that in order for people to be aware of the needs of the community, it's helpful to actually feel them. So a poverty simulation is actually where you come and it's an interactive event. Don't let that scare you. It's a lot of fun. You come and you actually are assigned a role of either someone who needs help or a community business that someone who needs help might come in contact with, including businesses or Department of Social Services or health department or other things that you might need to use, the school system, and you actually get assigned a role, and you actually, for an hour and a half or so, we're actually going to play act these different events. And what ends up happening is you get to feel what it feels like to be a single mom with 2 kids trying to make it. How does that work? And so it's a really you actually will find, if you do this, that you become a little bit stressed, and it's an interesting experience to walk a mile in another's shoes.
Okay, and you mentioned that you can either be someone that needs help or someone that can help. Is there a certain how does that happen? Is there a kit that you have?
Yes,
or?
thank you so much for asking that. Yes, there's a kit. This is a tried and true practice that actually the kit comes from the Virginia Extension Agency, and it's done all over the state, and so it's all very organized, and so we kind of know what to expect. At the end of the simulation, we're going to actually get together and dialogue and have a conversation about the poverty needs that we all see in Floyd County, and then also what are the great things that Floyd is doing to address some of those needs. Floyd County is amazing, as you know, because you live here. All of you watching know how great this place is. And one of the most amazing things about Floyd is we really care about one another. And I think when we're not caring about one another, it's because we don't know what the needs are. And we're really hoping that we can learn to do an even better job by really knowing the needs, knowing what else is happening. You know, the good work of Angels in the Attic, Plenty, New River Community Services, New River Community Action. There's a lot of good stuff happening in Floyd, but where are the holes? And of course churches, there's food banks and things going on in the different churches in Floyd. But if we are all talking to each other and we're working together, we think we could be more effective.
Okay. And I know this event is October 20th. What's the time of the event?
Okay, so it's an all afternoon, Sunday afternoon. You can go to church and still have plenty of time to join us. We're going to start at 2:30 in the afternoon here at the Floyd Eco Village Community Center. That's where we're standing right now. And we do need you to let us know you're coming, just because we're going to be providing refreshments and we're going to make name tags for people. So we welcome anyone who's interested in joining us. You can call me at 540-392-4382, or you can email me at kbowers@wallresidences.com and let us know you're coming.
Great. Well, I appreciate the time that we've had today. And to recap, the event is October 20th from 2:30 until 6 o'clock here at the Floyd Eco Village. So we'll be right back, as up next we will have another Healthy Living segment sponsored by Lenice Anderson.
Hi, this is Lenice Anderson here with another healthy living tip for you. When we were kids, our parents told us how to do pretty much everything, how to act, what to eat, even when to do our homework. But now that we're adults and in charge of our own lives, many of us are making the decision to change behaviors that we've had since childhood, like eating differently, or being more environmentally aware, or even adding exercise into our daily lives. If you're like most people, the challenge isn't figuring out what it is you want to change. The challenge is in how to make the change and how to make it stick. Here are 5 practical tips to help you set goals, reach goals, and keep your goals going. When it comes to making change, people who are most successful set goals that are both realistic and specific. Saying, I'm going to recycle all of my plastic bottles and magazines is a much more doable goal than I'm going to do something good for the environment. Setting a specific goal helps you to stick to it because you know exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. It'll probably take a couple of months before any changes, like getting up a half an hour earlier to exercise, really take hold. That's because you're retraining your brain to think and behave differently. Remember, change is a process, not something that happens overnight. So give yourself time. Keeping your goal in front of you is a great way to help you reach your goal. Every morning, say your goal out loud to yourself. Write it on a sticky and post it on the wall. Put it on the refrigerator. Make it your screensaver. The more that you keep your goal in front of yourself, the more that you're training your brain to actually make it happen. Make sure that the goal you're trying to achieve is personal to you. It's harder to reach and maintain a goal when you're doing it out of obligation to another person. The key to creating successful goals is to find the desire within yourself. You've got to do it because it's what you want to do, not because your spouse, your kids, your parents, or your coworkers think it's something you should be doing. Delay doesn't mean denial. Slip-ups can actually be a part of the learning process as you're training your brain to think differently and take on a new activity. It might take you a few times to actually reach your goal. That's okay. Everybody slips up. Don't beat yourself up. Just remind yourself to get back on track and get it done. Ending an unhealthy behavior or creating a new and exciting one is all about taking responsibility for your life. Finding motivation isn't always easy, but it's always possible. Stay motivated by reminding yourself about why you set the goal in the first place. With some smart planning and a stick-to-it attitude, your goals will be a reality in no time. This is Lenice Anderson reminding you that it's never too late to live the life you've always wanted to live. After all, it's your life. This Healthy Living Tip of the Week is brought to you by Dr. Lenice Anderson and the Healing Tree Wellness Center. When you think health, think Healing Tree Wellness, where the impossible is possible.